How are you? I'm fine. These two words have become the ultimate shield, a reflex so automatic that people say them without thinking. But for some, I'm fine is more than a casual response. It's a wall they've built between themselves and the world, a practiced lie they tell so often they almost believe it themselves. Today we're exploring the psychology of people who always say they're fine. Even when they're falling apart inside, what makes someone hide their pain so completely? And what does it cost them to keep up this facade? I'm fine. How many times have you said those words today? This week? This year? For most people, it's an easy, meaningless response, but for others, it's armor. It's the phrase they use to end conversations before they begin, to shut down concern before it gets too close. They say it with a smile, with confidence, with such conviction that people believe them. And that's exactly the point. When someone asks how you're doing, they're not really asking. They're being polite. They expect you to say you're fine, so you do. You give them what they want. You keep things simple. You don't burden them with the truth. Like most patterns, this one has roots in childhood. Maybe you grew up in a home where emotions were inconvenient, where expressing sadness or fear was met with irritation or dismissal. Stop crying or I'll give you something to cry about. You're too sensitive. Other people have it worse. Messages like these teach a child that their feelings don't matter, that sharing pain only makes things worse. So they learn to hide it. They learn to smile through discomfort, to say they're fine when they're not, to keep their struggles invisible. Or perhaps you grew up watching a parent who never complained, who carried everything alone, who modeled the idea that strength means suffering in silence. Maybe there was chaos in your home, and you became the easy child. The one who didn't add to the problems, the one who stayed small and quiet and fine, because someone had to be. Or maybe you reached out once and it went badly. You shared your pain and were told you were overreacting. You asked for help and were made to feel weak. You showed vulnerability and it was used against you later. One experience like that is enough to teach you that honesty is dangerous, that the safest thing to do is say you're fine and mean it never. When someone always says they're fine, there's usually fear underneath. Fear of being too much, of taking up space, of burdening others with problems that feel too heavy, too complicated, too messy. They worry that if they're honest about their struggles, people will see them differently, as weak, as dramatic, as a problem to be managed rather than a person to be loved. There's also fear of vulnerability itself. Opening up means losing control. It means letting someone see the parts of you that aren't polished and perfect. And for someone who has spent years building walls, that feels terrifying. What if you show someone your pain and they don't care? What if they use it against you? What if they walk away? Saying I'm fine feels safer. It keeps people at a comfortable distance. It protects you from rejection, from judgment, from the possibility that your needs might be too much. But it also keeps you alone. Because when you never let anyone see your struggles, you never give them the chance to support you. You never discover who would actually show up if you let them. The irony is that people who always say they're fine often desperately want someone to see through it, to push past the words and notice the pain underneath, but they've become so good at hiding that no one does. Living behind I'm fine takes a toll. Emotionally, it's exhausting. Constantly monitoring what you say, how you look, making sure no one sees the cracks. Pretending to be okay when you're not requires immense energy. Energy that could be used for healing, for living, for actually being okay. There's also deep loneliness. Even when surrounded by people who care about you, you feel alone. Because no one really knows you. They know the version of you that's always fine, the capable one, the strong one, the one who never needs anything. But they don't know the real you, the one who's tired, scared, overwhelmed, the one who needs support but doesn't know how to ask for it. Living behind I'm fine takes a toll. Emotionally, it's exhausting. Constantly monitoring what you say, how you look, making sure no one sees the cracks. Pretending to be okay when you're not requires immense energy. energy that could be used for healing, for living, for actually being okay. There's also deep loneliness. Even when surrounded by people who care about you, you feel alone. Because no one really knows you. They know the version of you that's always fine, the capable one, the strong one, the one who never needs anything, but they don't know the real you, the one who's tired, scared, overwhelmed, the one who needs support but doesn't know how to ask for it. And over time, this disconnect between your inner experience and outer presentation creates a split. You start to feel like you're living two lives. The public one where everything is fine, and the private one where you're barely holding it together. This split can lead to anxiety, depression, burnout, because you can't heal from pain you won't acknowledge. You can't get support for struggles you won't share. The weight of carrying everything alone eventually becomes too much. And when it does, people are often surprised. They had no idea you were struggling because you told them you were fine. If saying I'm fine causes so much pain, why do people keep doing it? Because the alternative feels more dangerous. Being honest about your struggles means taking a risk. It means trusting that the person asking actually wants to know, that they won't judge you, dismiss you, or use your vulnerability against you. And when you've been hurt before, that trust doesn't come easily. There's also the habit of it. After years of automatically saying you're fine, it becomes your default. You say it without thinking. Even when someone trustworthy asks, even when you genuinely want to open up, the words, I'm fine, come out automatically. Changing this pattern requires conscious effort. If you recognize yourself in this, if I'm fine has become your automatic shield, here's what you need to know. Your feelings matter. Your struggles are valid. You don't have to be fine all the time. Being human means having hard days, difficult emotions, moments when you need support. That's not weakness, that's reality. You're allowed to not be okay. You're allowed to say it's been a rough week, to admit you're struggling, to ask for help. The people who truly care about you want to know the real you, not just the version that's always fine. They want to support you, to be there for you, to share your burdens, but they can't do that if you never let them in. Start small. The next time someone asks how you are, pause before you answer. Notice if you're about to say I'm fine out of habit. Try something more honest. I'm having a tough day. I'm feeling overwhelmed. I could use some support. You don't have to share everything at once. You don't have to trauma dump on everyone who asks. But you can practice being a little more real, a little more honest, a little less fine. Choose safe people to practice with. People who have shown they care, who have earned your trust. Test the waters with small vulnerabilities and see how they respond. You might be surprised by the support you receive. If you care about someone who always says they're fine, understand that it's not about you. They're not keeping you out because they don't trust you specifically. They're protecting themselves from a pain that started long before you came into their life. Be patient. Keep asking. Not in a pushy way, but in a way that shows you actually care. Instead of accepting I'm fine at face value, try gently pushing back. You seem stressed. Do you want to talk about it? I'm here if you need anything specific. Create a safe space where honesty is welcomed, not judged. And when they do open up, listen without trying to fix or minimize. Just be there. Show them their struggles don't scare you away. The psychology of people who always say I'm fine is rooted in protection. Protection from judgment, rejection, and the vulnerability of being truly seen. But that protection comes at a cost. Loneliness, exhaustion, and the constant weight of carrying everything alone. You don't have to live behind those two words. You don't have to be fine all the time. Your struggles are real. Your pain is valid. And you deserve support. The people who matter want to know the real you, including the parts that aren't okay. So maybe, just maybe, the next time someone asks how you are, try telling them the truth. You might find that honesty feels lighter than the lie.